how did this all start? Because I know for a lot of African households, whoa! Y'all, that thing almost took my face off.
What was that?
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, JAmoah, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with JAmoah Speaks. Y'all know it was a little minute, okay? But I am back in the kitchen and I am super excited about today's guest. Y'all are in for a treat, okay? You know we've made so many different dishes on this show, but today's episode is a real special one, okay? This girl is a quadruple threat, okay? Not only is she like the hottest Christian DJ, she's a creative director, she's a mental health advocate, and on top of all of that, okay, baby, she was the former Miss Kenya. So make some noise for my girl, Wendy Oduor. Welcome to the show, beautiful Wendy. Guys, I was praying I did not butcher her last name, so please, let's say it again. Let's do it right. Wendy Oduor. Awesome. Wendy, thank you so much for being on the show. I am super excited to have you in the kitchen. Please let us know what we are going to be making today. Today.
So you know I'm Kenyan, right? I felt like I had to make the dish that everyone knows.
Yes.
And to introduce it to to the world. So that today I'm gonna make Ugali, Sukuma, Wiki, and Nyama.
Woo! Come on, give it international.
Yeah.
Please let us know what that is.
Yeah. So let me break it down. So Ugali is made with corn flour, right? So it's pretty much, think about mashed potatoes, but firmer. So we'll boil up the water, use the cornmeal, and then stir it up until it's like a good, firm, consistency. And then you're gonna eat it with like the beef stew, but you can usually eat it with chicken, with fish, any type of soup.
Wow.
Or if you're vegetarian, you can just, eat it with greens, which I'll also make to go along with it. And then just to add a little bit, on top, I'm gonna make the Kenyan salad. It's called kachumbari. It's a mix of like, onions, tomatoes, cilantro. When you go to Chipotle, you might see that pico de gallo. It kind of look like that, but low-key, I think they got it from us.
Period.
So I'm gonna make that, and you eat it all together. And yeah, so I'm excited.
I am super excited, y'all. This is such a treat because I know y'all, like, we've made so many different dishes, Ghanaian, Nigerian, but to have a Kenyan dish in the kitchen, y'all, we are gonna have so much fun. So we're gonna talk about Wendy's journey. We're gonna talk about all of that, and then we're gonna play a fun game of growing up African, y'all. Y'all are gonna be listen. Get ready to laugh, okay? So that's gonna be a really good time. So let's get started. And I also want to make sure that we mention that this is also like not a dish like someone who's watching may feel like I'm not a chef. This might be too overwhelming. This is a simple dish. Quick, it won't be that long for people that are busy on the go.
Exactly. And you can find all your ingredients in the States anywhere you go.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. All right, let's get started.
Awesome. So we have everything cut up because preparation is key.
Even in life, preparation is key.
Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready.
Come on, y'all.
Yes.
Come on.
So I'm gonna do things in order because one of the things about cooking that can sometimes overwhelm you is that it takes a long time. So we're gonna do things in consistent manner. So we know the beef might take a bit long, so I'm gonna put this first, and then we're gonna cook our spinach.
Yes.
Intertwine it later with our
Let's take it back. Like, just growing up in Kenya, how was that experience for you? Did you feel like you always wanted to be a creative? Like, do you feel like that was just something that was cultivated growing up for you, or do you feel like that was something that evolved over time, and then when you came to the States, that was like more fostered?
Definitely after coming to the States. I think like growing up African as everyone else, I think the only career path that I was exposed to was the medicine, engineers, and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So it never dawned to me that I could make a career out of being a creative. So coming to the States, of course, like I'm 11, of course I'm just going to school, pre-med, no doubt, until college you're exposed to like different, I was in like different clubs, so there was this black student union that did like fashion shows all the time, and I was like, wait, I want to make my own clothes. So the creativity in me just got really birthed, and that kind of led me to like deciding to leave Indiana, love y'all, to New York, and then that's when I was like, wow, I'm just a creative in general. So that's just how that happened.
No, that's good, and I love that. I definitely think that that does speak volumes. And I think so. Do you feel like when you pivoted from sorry, I'm gonna switch over. When you pivoted from just pre-med to being a creative, like how did that work with? Because you know African parents, that's child.
Yeah.
You need grace. So, because it's one thing if you didn't start it, but you had started, so they're already thinking like she's about to become a doctor.
Correct.
Now you are telling me you're not.
Correct.
So how is that for anybody who's also watching? Who feel the same.
Sometimes you just gotta YOLO first of all, because I think for me, I was in the space where I knew that I needed to leave Indiana. So what I did is, your African parents always need a plan. Like, what are you actually doing? So basically, I got into this program at Parsons.
Nice.
And then my father was like, oh, are you coming back? And I was like, no, because I have a plan. And so he couldn't really fight it, even though he was like, oh, you're really doing this. And so that's just basically how I did it. I didn't tell him I was applying, but I did it anyways, and then that was kind of my green light, because I needed an exit plan. And it needed to kind of make sense for him also.
That's true.
Sometimes you just have to step out on your own and then explain it later.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Alright, let's pivot onto being a Christian DJ, because because you said you did the fashion thing. So then how did that puzzle into now the DJing space?
Yeah, I think again, I think God used fashion to kind of, expose me to what is possible in the creative space. And then I'm a Christian, of course, and then one of the things that I love is just Afrobeats. We love Afrobeats as Africans, and so I always made playlists. I always was like, man, I love listening to music. It's right, because also in the Christian space, people think music is just boring, it's just worship, it's just deliverance, all of it. But we want to be outside too.
Exactly.
We want to be outside.
Exactly.
And so for me, I was like, okay, I play the songs, I tell people about it all the time, but no one's playing it, especially in America, right? So I was just, I'm gonna mess around a little bit. But it's funny because when and I'm gonna add tomatoes right now.
So now we're adding the tomatoes.
The onions are, they're looking right. And so I was like, I'm just going to start DJing to the point of just creating a space where Christians can have fun.
Right.
And, just feel like I don't need to go to the club. Because at the end of the day, especially summertime, people go to different events, even if it's outside. Right. But you pick up different spirits, meet people you didn't need to meet.
True.
And so that's really why I wanted to start DJing. But also about that, I did want to help the African artists in the continent to, just have a bridge of being, having a different audience listen to their songs that are in the States. Because that's really, it's hard sometimes.
It's spinach. Yes. We have our tomatoes and onions. And now we are about to add in.
So Royco, this is the Kenyan Maggi. So, we use Maggi too, but this is you have to use this. It's amazing. It's the Kenyan staple.
Wow. Yes, we have a spoon.
So right now, just let the spinach simmer. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Just put a little bit, of course. Just right. And of course, stir it up. And we use this literally even on the meat, literally just everything. Okay. So enough, because we don't want cholesterol. Garlic is must have for me. I don't know, if you don't cook with garlic, in the Kenyan house, well, in our household, let me say that. And then it smells really good. Add this. It's interesting how you guys cook, because you want these to soften up together with the greens, with the pepper. To add a little spice in there.
So now we have our meat cooking. We added in the green peppers. We added in our onions. We added in more of the oil, and we added in our special Kenyan to the spinach. Royco, okay? So we added Royco into it. And you can get this at any African restaurant. I mean, market.
That one's special.
Hey,
you gotta get that ordered, okay?
Hey, this one you gotta get it ordered straight. Straight. So we know if we are making that dish, we gotta make sure we add that in the mix. So I definitely want to kind of pivot and talk a little bit more about your journey in the mental health space, because I know that is super important. And so just to kind of, let us know a little bit about how you kind of got into or became a mental health advocate.
Yeah. Okay, so this is very personal to me, and I think in the African space, mental health isn't.
Yeah.
We're getting better, but it's still not as talked about. And so long story short, I lost my brother to suicide.
Oh.
And so that kind of led me to start talking about it.
Wow.
And I mean, at that moment, I was the same girl who was like, Africans don't really do this. But even today, I think there was an article I read like a few weeks ago. It said that Africa as a whole region has the highest suicide rates.
What?
And no one really thinks
gosh.
about that, because they're thinking like, oh, we pray a lot, we're good. So that led me to just really start to talk about mental health, especially suicide, because it does happen. And the reason that sometimes people just don't know is because it's not reported as often as in the States. So that kind of led me to my journey, and that kind of intertwined with the Miss Kenya, because I wanted a platform where people can be like, okay, honestly, the thing is, like, I used to talk about mental health, but in the African space, people kind of wanted to know, who are you to talk about this? So I think with the Miss Kenya pageant, it was like, okay, we can listen to you.
Right.
We can definitely listen to you.
Right.
So so that's kind of how it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, and I'm so sorry to hear that. And I do want to at least share. Could you at least give us some tips on, like, if anyone is struggling with suicide or knows a family member, like, what would be your best advice for anyone who's dealing with any type of mental health issues? Obviously, seek a professional. We know that, but like, what are some tips you could give to people who are trying to navigate?
Yeah. So first of all, this is actually Men's Mental Health Month. And I just want to say, the only reason I say this because men are the ones who are likely to commit suicide more than, especially the happiest person in the room. That's when you gotta check.
Oh my God, someone even mentioned that. Like, people that are always, like, it's a cover up almost, or like not even a facade, but they use that as a defense mechanism, so you wouldn't know what's really happening.
Exactly. So as we start this off, 1 second. It's looking good.
It is smelling so good in this kitchen, y'all. Oh my God. The meat is meating.
Yeah. The thing about mental health is, like, you just need to, one, not wait for it to, like, knock on your door. So get information, learn about the signs, learn about depression, learn what to look for. And then definitely, like, some signs are obvious. Like, you see someone sleeping all day or drinking so much or just not really having the enthusiasm of, like, life. Those are obviously keys of, like, okay, this person might not be doing well mentally. But when it comes to suicide, sometimes it can also be like someone just saying, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, but they were like, I'm just joking. But those ones, you still gotta be like, because there were stories after my brother passed away that some of his friends were like, oh, we just never thought he was serious.
Wow.
Everything is serious when someone says they're gonna kill themselves, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And so just having, and in the African space, I would say, being open to create a space that's non-judgmental. A lot of men don't speak up because they're expected to be a certain way, act a certain way. And if they do say, like, I'm really struggling to even maybe provide for my family, someone would be like, I bet you a man, you should be da-da-da-da, you know what I'm saying? So even watching how we speak to our men, dismantling stereotypes that we have set where a man cannot feel comfortable to open up because they're like, man, if I go to this person, ain't no way they're gonna believe me. So just having those, like, cues, like, man, what have I said? What have I done? How do I behave when a man says this or cries? And this is also for women, because for the women, like, even postpartum, like, we don't even talk about how that affects women in the Black spaces. So just being really open to create a safe space. Resources, Google has literally everything. and just not waiting for it to knock on your door.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for even sharing that and being transparent. And I really do pray and hope that it helps anyone who is struggling or knows someone who's struggling. We kind of all could look at our own lives and some of our own family members and can see and identify people that may suffer through a lot of things and they may not feel open enough to talk about it. So we're definitely praying for you guys, and we definitely we'll link all the resources that you guys can also learn about as well concerning mental health.
So right now I'm gonna add some tomatoes. So
I'm gonna add the tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a plate of fried green tomatoes like we used to have at the cafe. Ooh.
Tomatoes, adding it. So you can also add more. It helps also hydrate it instead of like adding water.
Oh, I see why you didn't want to add the water.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna leave this for a little salad.
I'm gonna stir it up.
I cannot wait, y'all. Let's see if the salt level is right. It's cool. Yeah, we can leave it.
Good? Okay, good. Thank you so much again for sharing about that mental health awareness, and I really do pray that it encourages everyone. So now that we've learned a little bit more about Wendy, right? We're gonna play a fun game that I came up with. You know, there's always gonna be some type of game on Cooking with JAmoah Speaks. We're definitely going to play a game that I think y'all gonna love, right? So we got Kenyan in the house, we got Ghana in the house, and although we may be from different parts of Africa, I feel like African parents low-key all the same. It don't matter what region you're from. So we're gonna play a fun game of Growing Up African. So this game, pretty much our director is going to give us some questions that we think, right? And we're gonna write down our response.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're gonna write down our response, and he's gonna let us know who was the closest. We have our little audience members here as well, and we have taken a vote, and we're gonna write down our answers, and he'll let us know who was the closest. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's go. Do this.
Question number 1. You are at the park with your dad and you almost hit yourself. What would you do?
You're at the park with your dad and you almost hurt yourself.
Oh, I know.
What would he do? My dad? Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Can we show it?
Yeah, we're gonna scream. I said scream. What did you say?
Slap me. What you doing?
Are we close enough? I said scream. You said slap. Which one is it?
Oh, your dad would scream?
Yeah, my dad would scream. Like maybe scream at me, but I didn't finish the part. Yeah, he probably would scream at me.
Okay.
At least we both knew it was gonna be something not like, are you okay?
Okay. They're not checking you good.
It wasn't even like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Name one way in which you can't greet an African parent.
Ooh, a way you cannot greet an African parent?
Yeah.
Like in terms of a word or like just?
Words, actions, mannerisms, everything.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Okay, Wendy,
I said you can't head nod. Wave at them.
leave with them.
Dang. That's kind of true. You can't wave at them. That's not rude. Like how?
But even not. So.
You can be like, what's up, auntie? They're like, so auntie, are you
crazy?
Alright, so what are we doing with that point, with that round?
This one is tight. None of them we.
Yeah, African for a reason.
Alright, okay. I'll do none of them. I feel like none of them is more disrespectful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like at least waving, you can.
That's true.
Like at least.
That's a good point.
Now it's not American, that's like, yo, what
Right.
what is wrong with your neck?
Yeah.
Alright, what's the next one?
Alright. You will always find this one thing at an African home.
Like in the kitchen or in the house?
Okay, let's say in the kitchen.
Like this one thing, is it a food item or like an instrument? Oh, help us. Like
One thing.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Like one thing in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, in any African kitchen, there's one. That's fine.
I'm gonna go with a food item.
Wait. Okay.
All right. I said rice.
What is that?
Anointing oil.
Yo! Nah, that was good. Yo, that's facts. We definitely have anointed oil in there.
You see?
That's a good one.
This one is 12.
Rice mix.
Right.
There's rice at home.
I feel like rice is a good one.
Yeah, rice is a
but
good
anointing
one.
oil.
That's a really creative one.
That's a really good answer.
Yeah, I think too much.
I think rice will take this one because
Okay.
some African Muslims don't have anointing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
African parents think I always went to do this when I come home late after curfew.
Get it right, y'all. Hey, you're right in essay.
I guess you've been doing this for a while, huh?
So this is what you've been doing. That's what you've been doing.
Okay.
All right.
No, this is what my
parents. Okay.
when I'm out late.
All
right, what did you put?
Wendy?
Wait, actually, I have a better word for this. I have a better word
Okay.
for this. This is what they would use because this is. I'll still say this, but
Yeah, okay.
She was like, I'm trying to get extra credit. Wendy was that kid in school.
period. Last night. Alright.
Okay.
This is the word that we use. Gallivanting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like hanging out with criminals, but that's
Hanging out
the same thing.
I mean, my parents wouldn't think this of me, but I said having
That's true too.
But gallivanting is that one. That word.
Yeah,
That point, yeah.
Yo, that one. You know, at one point I didn't know. I think I heard somebody wasn't African say it. I'm like, I didn't know.
I didn't
Non-Africans.
even know that was a word.
I'm like, I really didn't know. Like, gallivanting. I'm like, I only thought Africans use that word low key. I'm like, you people, you love to gallivant. Okay.
Galvan takes that one.
Yeah, gallivanting takes that for sure. All right.
Okay, alright. As a child, where is a place your parents will never let you go for the weekend?
Child. You said that with the quickness. With the quickness. What was yours?
Sleepover.
Sleepover.
Period. Like,
You ain't going to no sleepover.
nowhere. Can you go to my house? What do you think? No.
No. But that, no.
Don't you have bed here? Like,
Yeah, sleepover as a kid, like, even camp, that was not happening.
Oh, yeah.
Camp? Oh, no. Mm-mm.
shut-ins.
Mm-mm.
Don't you shut your mouth.
All right, well, this was fun. I'm glad we played. This is Growing Up African. We hope those that watch this game, you guys also put in the comments below too. Like, what are some of the things that you know growing up, your parents were like,
Yeah.
Or like, what are some little things that you feel like growing up African you could also relate to? Let us know in the comments. And yeah, we're gonna get into our food, y'all.
Yeah.
It's about time. Right, so guys, we have plated everything. As you can see, it is delicious. We added all the toppings, the meat, everything. Like, this is so good, y'all. This is my first time trying a Kenyan dish, and I'm so excited because it's by my sister, y'all. My one and only Kenyan sister. So I'm super excited to try this. And I'm sure you made Kenya proud, girl. You made Kenya proud. Let's give it up for Kenya, y'all. You made Kenya proud. All right, so let's try it. So we're gonna take a good piece.
Yeah.
And with Africans, we all eat together. So,
Yeah. So you just take a little piece here, and then the way you do it is you do it like
gotta
this.
ball it.
You gotta ball it up, and then just go in however you want to do it, you know.
Mm.
Take a little meat,
Yeah,
take a
take a
little
little
greens. Yeah.
No, this. I said it earlier, please. The bride price has gone up. Sis, the bride price has gone up. You are a whole wife. You are ready to marry. You're ready to marry. This is so good.
Yeah.
And you know what I love? It's very healthy and fresh too. Like you have the vegetables. Child.
And you can always make it spicier. We usually don't have the most spiciest foods, but if you want to make it spicy, of course you can.
Please, we have our Coke, we have our beverage.
Let's
Cheers to good life. Amazing. Wendy, thank you so much. Let's give it up for Wendy, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, please, before we wrap up, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share. This has been such a fun episode, but please let our viewers know where they can follow, where they can connect with you on, and where they can just kind of stay pleasant to everything you're doing.
Yeah, so you can follow my personal Instagram for like the creative direction fashion, which is at @the_Wendy Oduor. And then for the music stuff, it's at Strictly Afro Gospel.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't even talk. It's making me. Make sure you guys again like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of Cooking with JAmoah Speaks. Peace. Bye.
2 seconds later.
The reason why I came here is because of free food.
I'm crying.
There's free food. Just put me in there.
You were the one that we praised. Okay, so I used my thing for. If we had lemon, we should put in that too.